Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Halifax Memorial Day celebration. Because of the weather, obviously the parade was canceled. We've also made some changes to the programs. I'll just tell you what they are. The Girl Scouts musical selections have been taken off. The lowering and raising of the flag by the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts has been taken off. And if you look on the second page of your program where it says guest speaker, underneath the guest speakers will be Troy Guerin, Board of Selectmen Chairman, and Stephen Littlefield, who is Assistant Veteran Service Officer. The placing of the wreaths and the salute will be conducted at the conclusion of today's program. So we will go through the benediction, closing remarks, and then the wreath placing will be done outside for anyone who wants to go along. The flag retirement ceremony has also been taken off the agenda because it's raining. They can't do it in the rain. We'll begin today's ceremonies with presentation of the colors by the Halifax Honor Guard, and we will be led by two Girl Scouts, Kaylin Harkins and Sarah Slater, both senior Girl Scouts, in the Pledge of Allegiance. So if Sarah and Kaylin could come up front here, please. And the Honor Guard could present the colors, please.
Detail. Stop, Dan. Put.
There's the stand.
Forward. Up. Back.
Everyone remain standing, please, while we have the invocation from Father Quang Lee of Our Lady of the Lake. Father Lee.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, with a sober heart, we come before you this Memorial Day. We pause a moment and call to mind all the men and women who have died in the service of our country. Look with mercy on our brave and selfless brothers and sisters who did not shirk their duty, but gave themselves completely to the defense of our nation. Bless all who have given their lives for the sake of liberty, and grant them eternal rest with you. We remember also our brave men and women now serving in our armed forces, both at home and abroad. Help them to discharge their duty with loyalty and courage. Bring them safely home to their families and loved ones, and grant peace, peace to a troubled world. Amen.
Thank you, Father Lee. Everyone, please be seated. And now the open fund part of the day. We have the essay award winners from the elementary school. First essay award winner is Riley Makepeace. Mr. Makepeace is in the first grade, and he's going to come up for here and present for us his essay.
Memorial Day is a day that we give thanks and respect to the men and women who lost their lives while serving our country.
Congratulations on a great job, and here's a certificate of appreciation for such a wonderful effort. Thank you.
Second grade essay will be presented by the writer Madison O'Connor.
Memorial Day is to honor the men and women in the armed forces who gave their lives in defense of freedom. We owe it to these brave men and women to remember the sacrifice they made, the ultimate sacrifice. As it says in the Bible, there is no greater love than this, that a person would lay down his life for the sake of his friends. These are the people who answered their nation's call and gave everything. Because of their courage and bravery, we can enjoy the free lives we live.
Our third essay is by the fourth grade award, one of the fourth grade award winners in Madison, Hogan. Madison.
On Memorial Day, I like veterans and people who served in the war. I think about the colors red, white, and blue. They stand for our flag. Our flag is an important symbol to Americans. There are 13 stripes for the first 13 colonies. There are 50 stars for each state. The color red stands for the blood of the soldiers that died for us. The white stands for the blue is for the background for all of the stars. On Memorial Day, we see so many flags and cemeteries for our fallen soldiers. This makes me think of people's ancestors, including mine. They fought in many wars to keep America safe and free. Some people don't even think about what this means. To me, freedom is important. We all have the right to vote for our president and not have one person be a ruler like a king or a queen. It also means I get to go to school and grow up to be whatever I want to be. Memorial Day is a special day and should not be thought of as just a day off from school. Think for a minute. We may not be here today in 2016 if our own veterans hadn't fought for us. Everyone should stop for a moment at your cookout or any fun activity and remember the true meaning of the day. It's Memorial Day, a day to remember our heroes and be thankful for our country.
The second fourth grade award winner is Joseph Zulik. Joseph?
I like Memorial Day because I like to remember those who sacrificed for our country. They fought for our freedom and gave us some of the things we have today. People like to go to soldiers' graves and thank them for what they have done for our country. Personally, I like to remember those who gave me my freedom by putting American flags in front of my house. It gives me a sense of pride for my country.
The fifth essay is fifth grade, James Key.
Remember those who lost their lives fighting for our country. Embrace their loved ones. Memories of them will live on forever in our hearts. Erect memorials in their honor. May their families and friends find love and comfort. Because of them, we are free. Eternally grateful for their service. Remember.
And our final essayist is sixth grade, Catherine King.
Memorial Day is a day to remember all the soldiers that have passed away. Memorial Day is dedicated to the fallen soldiers and those brave enough to go into battles not knowing what could happen to them. Men and women have lost their lives trying to help our country. All they wanted to do was make people safe, so think and ask yourself, what does Memorial Day mean to you? On Memorial Day, lots of people go to parades to celebrate or cookouts and parties. One of those special things that people used to do and still do to this day is go to gravesites of the deceased soldiers and put flags on them to decorate them with pictures of Memorial Day wasn't always known as Memorial Day. It used to be known as Decoration Day. Decoration Day started with the Civil War, and people would go and decorate the fallen soldiers' graves. Then in 1877, President Hayes wanted the country to be reunited again, instead of being split into the North troops and the South troops, because of all the bad feelings between the two sides of the troops. So Hayes and his wife in Washington, D.C., went and decorated the grave of Union and Confederate soldiers. Then in 1882, the name of Decoration Day was changed to Memorial Day. Memorial Day is always on the last Monday in May. The brave men and women who took their time to serve our country for our safety will always be remembered. Please take a moment today to remember all the men and women who fought and lost their lives for us to be here today. All these men and women were standing tall, waiting to be called in to help their country. These men and women have walked through the mud and marched the bloody paths, trying to help as much as they can. They put their lives on the line to make sure the other people can live on this earth today. They will always be remembered and have a special place on this earth and in your hearts. I have many family members that were in the wars. Many of my grandfather's relatives were in the wars. One of my grandfather's uncles, Edward Wallace, served in World War I. Edward served in the U.S. Army. He and my grandfather's uncle served in World War II. My grandfather gave me one of his names. His name was Vincent Green. Vincent served in the U.S. Naval Air. My grandfather's cousin also served in World War II. He served in the Marines. His name was John Miller. John took the island invasions in the Pacific. Two of my grandfather's uncles served in the Merchant Marines in World War II. Edward Wallace's son, Bob Wallace, served in the Massachusetts Air National Guard. They were all lucky to come out of war, being able to go home to their families, and being able to know I was not one of those who died in the line of duty. I'm very glad to have a family that was able to be ready when needed and to be very helpful, just like all the other men and women we serve. If I was a nurse, she's out of his but I know none of my relatives were. I know everybody had to be so and wanted to put the freedom of their country before their lives.
Our two guest speakers this morning are Troy Guerin, Chairman of the Board of Selectmen, and Steve Littlefield, who is the Assistant Veteran Service Officer for Halifax. Mr. Guerin.
You've seen me here today because I couldn't find any important people to make a speech today. So I took on this chair. It's a difficult day for me because it brings back too many sad memories. I lost a brother in the service. It's been over 50 years now. The pain still is there. I come before you today to remember him and all the others who died. But more than anything else, I want to state that we just don't remember those who have lost their lives and gave their lives for the country. We also remember those who supported them. Many people think just because you went into the battle that you're the only hero. Those people who stayed behind, who are at home, not knowing what happened or what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis, receiving what I call the lie letter. Everything is fine, Mom, don't worry. I'll be great. I'm coming home. But unfortunately, life plays very strange games on you. Being in the military taught me and made me the man that I am today. And I'm sure many of people in my area, if you know anything about Chicago and the problems they have now, it was worse when I was growing up. And at that time, the courts had a system that if you were 16 years and older and you committed a minor crime, you had a choice between 2 years in reform school or 2 years in the military. The military sent home a lot of great men after spending time there. So remember, not only that, but the families who stayed home, because when that one person went to the military, he took his whole family with him, especially if there was love and warmth within that family. You never know from day to day what was going on, and you're always sat by the phone hoping anxiously never to receive that call. So today, we remember all the pain that was given, not only those in the military, but also civilian life. Thank you.
Thank you, Troy. Second guest speaker this morning is Steve Littlefield, the Assistant Veteran Service Officer of Halifax.
Good morning. had some of my thunder taken by some of the kids, but it's good to see that they're learning the true meaning of Memorial Day and learning it well. I wanted to begin by touching upon the significance of what we talk about when we talk about Memorial Day. Over 25,000 service members were killed during the Revolutionary War. Over 500,000 during the Civil War. 116,000 during World War I. 400,000 during World War II. 54,000 during the Korean War. 58,000 in Vietnam. And to date, over 6,500 between Iraq and Afghanistan. And that's not a complete listing either. So you're talking about well over 1 million men and women that have died in defense of our freedom. Today is the one day a year that we set aside to remember that. Today we raise the flag up half-mast in the morning to pay tribute. And at noon, the flag is raised to full height by the living, lifting the memories of those gone but not forgotten, and our promise to continue to fight for liberty and justice for all. But for some, today has morphed into something much different than what it was originally intended to be. As one of the essay winners pointed out, after the Civil War, today was originally called Decoration Day. And as the name implied, it was a day for the nation to decorate the graves of the brave members of our armed services who paid the ultimate sacrifice for something that was bigger than themselves. But as we fast forward almost 150 years, we sometimes need to remind ourselves what today is really about. Everywhere we look, we're flooded with new car ads, mattress sales, and grocery store sales, all marketing Memorial Day weekend as a time when you can come out and get a good deal. Not really what the day was intended for. Now, as a veterans agent for the town, one of the requirements was for me to be a veteran. I have a lot of friends in the military that I've served with, or deployed with, or currently serve with. And I also have friends that don't know much about the military at all, or the history about our heroes. On one hand, there are people who have never been taught the true meaning of today and everything it stands for. For them, it's a long weekend and trips to the beach with no real significance behind it. And on the other hand, there are people who will focus all of their energy on doing everything that they can to honor those who died, to make sure that they are remembered and taken care of. They won't even think about having a good time themselves. And these are often people that have been very personally affected by the loss of a service member. Many of those will have long-lasting feelings of guilt because they're here and their comrade is not. They take this holiday to heart at the very core of what it means. And while everybody celebrates in their own way, none of them being right or wrong, perhaps somewhere in the middle of those two groups of people is a good place to start. First and foremost, it is imperative that we take the time to have at least some personal reflection on what today is about. To think about the over 1 million service members who had to make that sacrifice. And as Mr. Guerin pointed out, equally as important for each and one of those Gold Star families who got that letter in the mail, call on the phone, or knock at the door, informing them that their loved ones were gone and they were going to have to carry on without them. This past Friday, I was lucky enough to go to the dedication of the Massachusetts Fallen Heroes Memorial in Boston. There were 218 names on that wall of men and women from Massachusetts who have died in defense of this country since September 11th. It was a very moving and powerful ceremony, and through all the speeches, one of the consistencies throughout them was that no one wants their loved ones to be forgotten. Now, there is certainly no shortage of small gestures we can do to honor our heroes and keep their memories alive. And the sum of these small gestures, they add up to something big. And while today's weather didn't really cooperate for the parade, there's still a lot of people that put a lot of effort into making this day happen. As a community, we can come out to this very cemetery and help place flags at the graves of our fallen, as was the original intent of today. Or maybe we visit the loved one of someone who was lost in Vietnam, Iraq, or Afghanistan and give them some comfort. Maybe we decorate our homes in tribute. Maybe we march, or in today's case, try to march in a parade commemorating the fallen heroes. Or maybe we watch from the streets or sit in the audience realizing that we are lucky to live in such a great country where men and women would sacrifice themselves for the greater good. But what is the greater good when we talk about that? What is it that these heroes sacrificed their own lives for? They sacrificed their lives initially on the battlefield for their buddies, to their left and to their right. And they made the sacrifice for this great country and for little hometowns like Halifax. They made the sacrifice for its people and everything that it stands for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So taking that into consideration, we should absolutely enjoy ourselves this weekend. We should enjoy living the life that we are able to live because of their sacrifices. We should have cookouts, relax with friends, family, play some horseshoes, and have a cocktail. But we should do all that while remembering why it is that we are able to live. So let's enjoy it today while reflecting on what it took to allow us to enjoy it. Let's teach our kids about today, what it means, and the heroes that have gone before us so that when they're our age, the legends will live on, parades will still march, and the stories will remain told. Because all it takes is one generation to forgo these traditions that we hold dear, and they'll dwindle away to a distant memory. So today, let's honor our heroes, enjoy ourselves, and remember that freedom is not free. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Littlefield, and thank you, Mr. Guerin, for those words this morning. That brings us pretty much to the end of our proceeding today. Father Lee's coming to do the benediction. Before he did that, I just wanted to make sure everyone knew that the Girl Scouts have brought goodies for the back there, and I think they'd be disappointed if they left them here, so if everybody will try to go over there after the ceremony perhaps and have a few of those goodies. Father Lee? Let us pray.
Heavenly Father, on this Memorial Day, we pray for those who courageously laid down their lives for the cause of freedom. May the example of their sacrifice be inspiring us a selfless love of you and of our neighbor and of our country. Console the families of our fallen troops and fill their homes with your peace. In union with people of goodwill of every nation, embolden us to answer the call of the world for peace and justice, and in this way seek an end to violence and conflict around the world. Amen. Eternal rest grant unto them all over, and let perpetual light shine upon them. Amen. May they rest in peace, and may their souls and the souls of all the faithful departed, through the mercy of God, rest in peace. Amen.
Thank you, Father Lee. Thank you all for coming today. It's a rainy day, and wonderful that people come to our program ceremonies. If you would remain standing, the color guard, the Halifax Fire Department color guard will retire the colors, and then immediately following thereafter, the placing of the wreaths by the Veterans of Foreign War and the Veteran Service Officer will happen, one across the street at the War Memorial and one over here at the other War Memorial.
Detail. Oh, man.